Hey everybody, we are live with Side Hustle. Welcome everybody. My name is Tomer Soran, and with me, as always, are my co-founders and co-hosts, Darby Rollins and Tim Palladino. What's up, guys?
What's
And
going on?
we're going to be playing Side Hustle today with our fantastic guests, Faiz Imran. How you doing, my friend?
Hey guys, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing very well. Sunny day here in Austin, and I believe you're over in ATL, right?
I am. It's thunderstorms and tornadoes for Atlanta today.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
trade off back and forth.
Yeah.
At least the plants are happy, right?
Yep.
Sounds good. Faiz is a digital marketer with the Fismma Digital Agency. Before we kind of get started, Faiz, can you give us like a minute synopsis on kind of what you do and what your products are?
Yeah, for sure. So, I started doing websites. Let's go all the way back. I'm a 9-year-old kid. I'm hustling, selling fidget spinners. So I'm like that natural born hustler guy, who was selling candy at school and doing all that stuff. And then from there, I was like, hey, you know what? I need to think big. I need to, in my head, get rich quick. And that was stocks. I lost all my money too many times as a kid trying to trade penny stocks, get rich quick. And I'm like, all right, let me do something that can actually grow big. And I attempted to launch my first startup on Kickstarter. It failed a variety of times. And then once I got the marketing, the campaign, the web development, all that stuff right, I got my market, my ideal market and audience dialed in. It actually succeeded. Halfway through, company reaches out, wants to acquire me. Well, really just wanted to acquire the patent, but that was more than a success for me because I didn't really have a strategy on how to actually release all this stuff, like how to build and ship everything. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna build this plane after I fucking jump off the cliff. So that's what I was doing. So they saved my ass, And then after that, I'm like, all right, now I just kind of sold everything that I was good at. So I'm just sitting around. I'm like, this is kind of boring. It's kind of sad. And I was like, all right, I guess what made my startup work was I realized that the website had to be right, the marketing had to be right. I had to be able to, get in front of the right people. So I'm like, maybe I'll do that for a couple small businesses. Make a list and start reaching out. Fast forward to like 4 years, we end up becoming a web development specific agency. Even though we are a full service agency, that's what we specialized in. And we started working with Fortune 500 companies. We worked with like publicly traded companies, billion-dollar companies, as well as small businesses. We had a large team of 120 people, contractors, employees, part-time, full-time included, but the whole team was 120 people. And then we grew that to the point of me realizing that, hey, I kind of hit a cap. Like we haven't really grown. If we scale, we need more people, which means more payroll. And I couldn't see myself scaling it as far as an ad agency could. That was, that had a large reoccurring model. So we ended up getting acquired by an ad agency. Right before I sold, a year before, we launched a media company called Business Blurb with two of my co-founders, Devin Carolee and Brendan Cox. And we actually grew to be the fastest growing media company of 2020 for Gen Z in specific. And we were reaching like 100, 150 million people a month when I left.
Wow.
So just all my experiences in the marketing, media, online, social media type space. And even now moving forward with a couple of new projects that I'm working on, all in the same space.
That's fantastic. Thank you for that little life journey. Quite a few steps, entrepreneur from birth. It basically sounds like.
Pretty much, man. Yeah.
Which I dig it, man. I think that you're exactly the right person to play with us today. For everyone out there, we are playing Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs. Let's quickly go over the rules to show everyone how this game is played. So first, we're going to split up. One person starts as the investor. The rest of us are going to be entrepreneurs. And the investor will draw a business card and roll the industry die. Those will tell us what the parameters are for the round. And so the business card will be a random name of some kind. Then the entrepreneurs will take a little time to brainstorm their ideas, and then we'll all take turns pitching to the investor, who then gets to decide how they want to award us with a funny and a fundable card. And each one of those acts as a point. First to 5 points wins. But because we're doing just a light interview round, we're just going to do 4 rounds and have some fun with it. We're also going to end up with a fun lightning round to see and test everybody's skills. You guys ready to start a round and just see how it goes?
Let's rock.
Let's do
Sounds
it.
good. Darby, can you pull a card for us and roll a die? He is all quiet over there, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm practicing my new skill of not being able to talk. It's hard.
Delightful.
Number two in tech and apps is the first industry.
Okay.
And the card, Loot Boot. Your side hustle is Loot Boot, and the industry is tech and apps.
Awesome. Thanks. So Faiz is going to start off as our investor. So he's going to hang back and while we brainstorm a little bit. And Faiz, I was wondering if you could, let's pick one of those things to talk about a little bit more. Maybe like what you're up to today, for example, that is that if somebody was like to reach out to you, or who are you looking for like as your main customer, you know, that kind of vibe. Might be a good place. Why don't you talk about that for a little bit while we work these little
brainstorm, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. No, for sure. So if somebody would reach out to me right now, they want me to consult or work with them, in most cases, ideally it's a SaaS, e-commerce, some type of online brand. And what I do for them is help them really just attract this Gen Z younger audience that not only I can relate with, but that I can help them relate with, if that makes sense. But I'd help them get on TikTok, you know, Instagram, because that was that's the reason Business Blurb succeeded. It wasn't because, hey, we're a Gen Z media company. That can mean anything. It was really because we understood that kids that are like under 25 are not, hey, let's turn on CNN or let's turn on Fox or let's watch TV. They're not doing that anymore. They're like getting on TikTok, and all the facts or all their opinions are derived from TikTok videos, Instagram videos, YouTube videos. That's why people will start these hoaxes. Like they'll make up stuff and they'll get so far because nobody fact checks them. So just understanding that we're in a new age, new era, especially with crypto and all this decentralization getting introduced, things get perceived and processed in a new way. And my job is to help companies get on board with that, or just help them, you know, align with this new era, new world.
So besides strategy, is it also like a content creation and partnering with influencers, that kind of vibe? Or are you guys focused on one of those aspects more so?
So it's all of the above, man. It's like we build the infrastructure out. So we start with the foundation ground, right? Of course, you want to have a lot of what we do is also outsourcing, is understanding that you don't have to create everything yourself. So it's understanding how to outsource, how to get these people to help you outsource, building processes and systems to help these people that are helping you actually help you correctly, so you're not always, you know, fixing things and etc. And then it also goes into reaching influencers. I was working with one of my buddies in Austin. We were helping him get some models from like Deal or No Deal, and just all these like, you know, reputable people, but a whole bunch of ways. But it starts with the ground up, the foundation. What's the goal? And then it's like we work backwards to, hey, this is the outcome that we want, and how do we get there? And usually it's a long ass whiteboard session, but it's fun. And like I said, most of the products that I work with, that's how we stem with the solutions. That's actually why I bought SideHustle myself. I was telling Tim, we're using SideHustle as like, we use the cards and we look at the names and we just play the game backwards. We're like, this is the business. What does this business do? And we've actually gotten some viable, legit ideas that we might move forward with by just using SideHustle. So I just weird. It ties in, man.
Yeah, so many ways to use it. It's awesome. Well, that's great. Let's see what kind of businesses these fools came up with, and I'm including myself in that. So let's hop over here. We are playing with you. Okay, so entrepreneurs, your side hustle is Loot Boot, and your industry is tech and apps. Darby, would you like to kick it off and present?
Absolutely. You know, I'm really glad you called me first. Faiz, thank you so much for being here and joining us today. I'm presenting to you and to everyone in the audience, all you wonderful people out there, Faiz included with that group. My business is called Loot Boot in the tech and apps industry. So, Yar matey, you've ever lost your Hearthstone while playing World of Warcraft? It's a pain in the rear. It's not fun when your bags are so full of loot when you're pillaging around these massive multiplayer games online, and then you have to spend all this time rummaging through your backpack. Loot Boot is an app that solves that problem. It helps you quickly locate all the loot in your bag so you can spend more time having fun and less time in the bag. Loot Boot.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Now, Faiz, you can ask any questions you'd like, or you can be like, I'm good. That's good.
I'm good. I mean, actually I got one question. So this is an app that overlays, that like connects with the game, or how does that work?
Yeah, so what we do, and I'm glad you asked that question. It's a great question. We actually interface with a technology called Jarvis. It's an AI. And so it does integrate directly with inside of the app, and it's actually kind of like your live voice command, helping you like establish and sort things on the fly. Yeah, there's a lot of other applications on our roadmap for how he's going to be able to plug into these games in a lot of different ways. So very exciting.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Sweet. I'll hit the next one now. Let's see this. So I can drag myself over here. Thank you for joining us. Our business is Loot Boot in tech and apps. Have you ever lost your kid at an amusement park? Have you ever thought, oh no, I'm in London town and I don't know which car I left my kid in? Well, guess what? Your solution is Loot Boot. Basically, it's a tracking device for your children and tells you what trunk you left your child in. Because we all know that the British call the back of the car the boot. And that is where we stash our children, the loot. So with a very simple device, you can find your child in any car. Just look today. Loot Boot. Crikey. Damn, that was the wrong country.
The president of the other country.
That's right.
Awesome, man. I have a quick question. So
yeah,
do you like install a tracker on your kid? Is it a bracelet that they put on?
It's a subdermal chip that you put in them while they're sleeping. We have that's a separate business entirely, where we incorporate it kind of with the Tooth Fairy situation. That's Loot Boot Junior, and that's something else that is unfortunately not on the table today. But you know what? They do synergistically work together.
Okay, good to know. Awesome.
Thank you very much. Tim, hit it up.
It is my turn. Today we are going to be talking about Loot Boot in tech and apps. Loot Boot is actually an acronym for, well, boot is for binary oscillating output token. And what it does is an artificially driven predetermined token purchaser on the crypto market. So what happens is it actually sees trends, and then it actually buys them, and then sees other trends going down, and then meets in the middle, right? So it picks up with your profits and then other losses, so you can buy other things while they're losing, and then use predictive models to buy other things as they're going up. So it'll go up, cash out, buy things that are going down, to then predictably go back up. And what's happening now is, being that everybody's on the same network, it creates a internal market maker model that everybody's doing the same thing. So you can take any single crypto and make it skyrocket. So you actually become the market maker and control the network all by yourself, not all by yourself, but part of Loot Boot.
So let me just get this straight. You're selling a pump and dump scheme.
Yep. Yeah, but it's
Awesome.
it's basically exactly what happened with GameStop, but
nice.
crypto.
Okay, cool.
And
cool.
Good buzzword.
Yeah.
I made my decision, man. All right, so one of you guys gets funny, one gets fundable, and then one gets nothing, right?
That's right. Or if you want to, you could give both to the same
one
person, or you can be real snarky and give nobody shit.
Right. Yeah.
It's also an option.
I mean, so what I'm thinking, Tim, you get fundable because we're just gonna make boatloads of money.
It's coming from up
until
top,
we
buddy.
get caught, and then all right, now we got to decide. Loot Boot with the kids. I would say that gets the funny.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed.
I think it was a picture that did it.
It always
The
is.
picture did help. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Well, time for you to be a little entrepreneurial now. Let's get Well, whoever wants to go
roll.
next. There you go. Go for it. Set it up. And Darby, why don't you be the investor?
You got it. 10 home goods.
All right.
Home goods is the industry, and your side hustle entrepreneurs in home goods is
Insta Dash. Now I see we have some we have some people watching out in the crowd. If you're out there and you want to contribute, you are welcome to type in your own. You could easily win points instead of us. It has happened frequently where we're like, damn, that's way better than anything else that we came up with.
That is
so that's
true.
chill. All right, so now we brainstorm. Darby, what can you tell us? What's going on in Side Hustle world? What are we working on over here?
Side hustle world, got a lot of things cooking as always, a lot of irons in the fire, and Amazon is continuing to prove to be a really great sales channel for us to connect with new customers. Doing consistent sales over the last few months, getting the game into new people's hands. Post Kickstarter has been a really rewarding thing for us to get the feedback from people that have never experienced the game before, and to learn what they like about it, getting ideas for what's coming next. And then taking those ideas back to the, not the drawing board completely, but looking at different iterations, different ways to improve on the first product that we got out there through the Side Hustle campaign. So thank you all again. If you're back there on the Kickstarters at the beginning of this journey with us, people from day one to people that are just finding out to us now, everyone in between, super appreciate your support, tuning in with us live. And if you enjoy this show, if you want to stay connected with this, hit subscribe on YouTube so that you get a notification when it does come out. It's a busy world out there. This is a nice hour-long segment, and you can fit it on your Tuesdays if you know it's coming up. Just come and spend some time playing Side Hustle with us.
Yeah, definitely. We are at Play Side Hustle everywhere. So come find us. Let's have some fun. And we're definitely going to be starting a little bit more of a campaign to see all your side hustles out there, because I think that's going to be the most fun, is to see what the hell pops out of your awesome mouths. Great. So we got home goods, Insta Dash. How's everybody feeling?
Awesome.
Good.
Insta
Dash. Faiz, you ready to go, or you want Tim to go first?
You want to go on?
Ready to go, man. Yeah, let me get dibs.
Locked and loaded.
All right. So Instadash is our company. And honestly, we're solving the problem of, just breaking shit all the time. So sometimes, I go to the gym, I get too swole, I'll be knocking shit over all the time. And what happens is I can't find that exact item again. I have to go out, I have to look for it. It takes a long time. So with Instadash, you can take a picture of what you broke. And first of all, it gets ranked on how badly it's broken compared to everybody else with the same item. So you can at least feel good about breaking something. But most importantly, once you snap a picture, instantly a dasher gets, pinged on their phone, and their job is to go find that exact item and bring it to you as fast as possible. So now you don't have to worry about anything. You won't get beaten up by your girl or your wife. Break something, get Instadash, take a picture of it, and have it arrive instantly. That's Instadash.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm worried about your abusive relationships, my friend.
Are they replacing the product that you broke, or are they picking it up for you so you don't have a
no. So they're finding the exact same product. You can pay for an add-on where they come clean it up for you, but it's up to you.
Okay. And is that like same wear and tear? If it's like in bad shape, they'll come to you with a bad shape product, or is it?
So we're working on that feature, but we haven't gotten past the portion where somebody breaks into somebody else's house and gets the used one. So once we figure that out, we might be able to offer a used one. But until then, it's brand new.
Nice. Gift Ninja.
I was gonna say people like
came up with that exact idea to come in and like be hired to come steal stuff from other people. Okay, Tomer.
Sure. You know what? Let me pull myself over. Thank you for having me here today. we are Instadash in home goods. Do you ever find yourself out at a restaurant and too lazy to ask for salt and pepper, but you always know what time it is? Well, today, your watch is your new dash of salt. Basically, every time you want to, you just flip your watch and sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle a little salt, a little pepper, a little cayenne, and in our upgraded versions, garlic salt. Well, guess what? You have it today at the reach of your wrist to make everything all that more delish. Instadash.
That was good.
Today.
All right.
That was a good closing. I like that tagline. I remember.
Thank you.
I forgot it already, but I'll go and watch this again just for you. So why are you limited to salt right now? Like, are there any other applications that what's the
so we are actually founded by an old secret service agent who was poisoning people for assorted missions, and was like, hey, I would actually love to use this watch that dispenses poison to dispense deliciousness. And so we're focused right now on the salt market because it's something that everybody needs from a biological perspective. But we're upgrading soon. We have a partnership with Tabasco coming up, so we're very excited for that.
So you guys are going into like the hot sauce consumable market. Are you concerned at all about people just having a lot of hot sauce, like literally like in their wrist and like sticky on the watch a lot? Like, how is this thing gonna really come across?
Well, the hot sauce is still in beta testing. We had a few, let's say, pops in airplanes the other day, and it got all over a baby.
Hops in airplanes?
Yeah, because the pressure buildup in the watch. We're working on it.
Baby?
Right now,
did you just?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
I thought I heard
this is all about salt and pepper.
I've been involved in one too many lawsuits dealing with that word, so I try to avoid that at all costs. Thank you for your time.
Oh, and then I just get cut off. Who did we start with? Tim, you're up.
I'm gonna roast in mood today. You guys better be ready.
All right. So it's actually misspelled. So it is Instadash or Insta-Dash in home goods. It is the on-demand chimney sweep service and we have partnered with Mr. Santa Claus himself, and all the things that we pull off of the inside of the chimney gets made into coal, sold back to Santa Claus to put on the stockings of the naughty kids. That's it. I'm just doing the Lord's work over here.
So, like, when do you guys sell this stuff and actually make money?
We do it instantly. So we actually hire. So we partnered with him. So I came to him with the idea, and he's like, I don't really have the money. Money's tight right now in the North Pole. And so he's like, but I do have a labor force that I can lend you. So I was like, all right, very cool. So we had to form a union because things. And now the elves actually come here in the off season because they only need a couple months leading up to.
Got it.
Yeah. So
contract it. So it's a strategic partnership. Yep. He gives you the manpower and a lot of coal. It sounds like. Yep. Cool.
Yeah. It's nice and simple. It's simple as it gets.
It is simple. I like simple. Simple's great. Well, this is a pleasure to listen to you all pitch your ideas today. Really appreciate you taking the time. Faiz, we break shit all the time. It needs to get replaced. Everybody needs their shit replaced. Tomer, the wash that gives you that extra dash of salt that makes your life that much happier. And maybe hot sauce when you can get over the baby lawsuits.
The spice of life.
And Tim made a deal with Kris Kringle to somehow form a union and get around the elf labor laws that we have here in Austin. Mm-hmm. We need to cut this part out of the recording. I like phases for fundable.
All right.
That would be nice to just like have like a really easy way to get stuff.
wrong way.
Like, no problem, all good. So, Mayor, I'm gonna give you funny because I can see that turning into some pretty hilarious,
Bro, you're getting so much
prankster stuff. I have a lot
gold.
of connections in the magic industry, and there's a lot of opportunity here, I think.
Sure. Hell, do you know what I would give to partner with Wizards of the Coast on this game? Are you kidding? That is some high-end stuff. Sweet. Well, that was great. I've already lost track of how many we've done. Was that 2 rounds?
That was 2 rounds.
That was 2 rounds. All right. I think I'll run the next one. Darby, can you give me a roll, please?
Got it. 1 investor's choice.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to think about it while you pull the next card.
You got to say it first.
Okay, fair enough. Then I want it to be, something weird. Prosthetics.
Prosthetics.
Oh, shit. Is that even a...
This is
so you can really think of anything, huh?
Yeah.
Jiggle snack.
Jiggle
Entrepreneurs. Your side hustle is jiggle snack in the prosthetics industry.
Oh, Jesus.
That is not okay, man.
Hey, man. It's,
all right.
I'm sorry.
I think we can all agree that it's an industry, right? Definitely a place with consumables of some kind where people are making business transactions. While they're working on that, I'll let everybody know that we are working right now on our next on our next iteration of Side Hustle to make it more portable and more a little more economic to be able to get to you. So we're hoping to portable and affordable and be able to reach a much larger market and have it so it can fit in your backpack, in your purse, whatever you need, so that you can throw it in the bag and forget it's there. Our goal is that every entrepreneur who's traveling the world has it in their everyday carry, or EDC, if you will, as something that they can pull out whenever they roll up to a bar or coffee shop and are meeting other fellow entrepreneurs. So you could go, hey, let's have a little bit of fun with this. We'll have some fun with it. We'll be showing you guys our journey on that at Play Side Hustle as it comes out. We're working on some awesome new stuff, and in the meantime, yeah, we're very excited to do some partnership with a few educational places that we are developing some lesson plans for, so that you at home, if you're hanging out and got younger kids, you want to inspire them a little bit more, there'll be some materials for you to use and sort of build a small lesson plan out. Or if you're in a school and you go, hey, I would love to use this game to fuel another activity, we're going to set that up as well to make it adjustable for you. That's kind of where we're aiming at right now, and our focus is on getting you guys the best quality product. I think it's important. It's nice to have a good home box, beautiful piece on the shelf, but I travel a lot whenever I can. Things are opening back up. Let's have something in your pocket. All right. We have a very weird category right now. I'm very excited to see where the hell this goes. And that is something to remember at home. When the dice rolls onto investor's choice, you can select from anything on the list that's already there, or come up with your own. Anything that people are having transactions is a place that is an industry. So this time we picked prosthetics, and the card that was pulled was jiggle snacks. All right. Tim, you look ready to go. You ready?
Something like that, yes. So
okay. Hold on.
Jiggle
there
snack
you go.
in the prosthetic industry is the first storage unit that is a prosthetic arm, leg, or eye. For extra money, you can get a toaster or a launcher, but we can't do both. Unfortunately, we can't do a toaster and a launcher because of litigation that has happened in the past. More revolving around the eyepiece and that happening. Favorites candy and snacks to be stored are marshmallows, gummy bears, gummy worms, Swedish fish, and goobers. I don't know why goobers, but they seem to be high on the list. So Jiggle Snacks. Enjoy the shit out of your food wherever you are.
Thank you. Now, so to clarify, this is mainly for ocular prosthetics, is that right?
No, it's arm, legs, and eyes. Sometimes.
Okay, cool. You did tend to focus on that, and I thought it was interesting to the idea of that there was a launcher involved there, so you could just like essentially laser eject at somebody.
Yeah,
I appreciate.
So that when the heart of the company is storage, right? But we were like for food, and then we're like, you know what? People get thirsty too. So the eye was actually supposed to be more of a canteen. So like. Yeah. So
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm also imagining the fact that you suddenly have like odd weight in your head because you have like a sloshing liquid in there. Hey, it's your business. Thank you so much. All right. Faiz, hit me up.
All right. So we are Jiggle Snacks, and we're doing Jiggle Snacks in the prosthetics category. Thanks to Tomer. But yeah, so we are Jiggle Snacks, and in our business, what we do is we help build prosthetics. They're custom made, and the concept is we either help you, store snacks, condiments, or drinks in your prosthetic. I do have an image. So in this image, he has the as you can see, can it focus?
Just leave it there. There you go.
The drinking, and then he's also dispensing ketchup because his food is dry. And that's pretty much, it's pretty straightforward. It holds snacks, drinks, and condiments up to you. And that's Jiggle Snacks.
Hey, I can appreciate that. I like the visual representation. I feel like it's a good offshoot for like Instadash to partner with because it's a very similar. So I like it a lot. I like that you're focused on the condiment industry. It's a great place to do it. Who doesn't need a little bit more ketchup? Darby, please hit me up. You're muted, my friend. There you go.
Embarrassing. Unheard of. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Sorry about the technical issues in my delay. Jiggle Snacks is the latest in the field of alternative prosthetics. In a day and age where everyone wants to look good, we're giving you the opportunity to actually make that happen. Just Jiggle Snack prosthetics fit. Jiggle Snacks prosthetics fit seamlessly onto your hand or wrist so that you can easily hold on to additional items without any limitations. These 1x8 inch long rubber coated silicone devices are durable enough to withstand rough handling, yet soft enough for sensitive skin. They're made from hypoallergenic materials. This unique product is available in a variety of colors with attractive textures, including frosted velvet, pearlized, and glitter finishes for the ladies, or anyone just feeling fabulous about themselves. It's the perfect fit for any occasion. So stop worrying about any additional scars with surgery and give yourself the confidence boost it deserves. You can get Jiggle Snacks today at jigglesnacks.com and at 1-800-JIGGLE-SNACKS. Jiggle Snacks, the latest in alternative prosthetics.
Wow. Thank you, Darby. It's impressive you're able to write so much so quickly. I really am quite impressed with that.
Off the dome, bro. Off the dome.
I'm curious. I still didn't understand exactly what this looks like.
So, if you're like walking and you're holding things in both your hands.
Yeah, sure. I'm often doing that like this.
Maybe you got 2 like Starbucks coffees that you're bringing and you want to have 4. You get Jiggle Snacks to go on attached to your wrist to hold onto the other 2. So you can walk and not have to hold like a carter thing. Okay,
I got it. So it's basically like doubles your hand on each hand.
Right. Well, the thing is, it can be adjusted because if you wanted to hold like a cookie jar that was maybe a little bit wider and you wanted to have that snack, you could have it on one wrist, have the cookie jar, but you could still be working with the other. And so the way it rotates, it actually would stay level at the same time. So it works with drinks too.
Okay, fair enough. I get it. Interesting, kind of. Yeah, I kind of visualize it. I get it. Thank you. Okay, let's see. So we got a funny and a fundable card here. I will say that Darby, you did win me over just through pure like panache or whatnot. So I'm just gonna give you that card right there. And there you go. Yeah, we got to work on this.
We got to work on that.
Facial work here, but it's not bad. And fundable. Tim and Faiz, you guys had very similar ideas, but I'm very concerned about Tim's eye canteen concepts, and so I'm just not comfortable with that in my body. So I'm just gonna give this one to you, Faiz. There you go.
Thanks.
All right, very good. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna take a little bit more time, Faiz, talk to you more about your journey, etc., before we get into the lightning round where we will kind of just pitch right off the dome. Essentially, what we'll pull a card and pitch right on the spot, whatever comes to our minds. But first, I'd love to get to know a little bit more. You hit a lot of different steps in this path of yours. I'd be curious to hear. It sounds like you've done either. It seems like 2 exits, 3 exits.
So realistically, I would say 1 exit, because one, we just sold the intellectual property before we launched.
Sure.
But I guess technically it'd be 2 exit, 3 exits, but 1 was a sale, 1 was an exit. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just sort of curious on that. I don't think that that's a subject that we've had on here before, and I'd be curious to know about the how was it from your expectations? How is it different from your expectations of it?
Yeah.
And then if there was like one overarching lesson that you would tell yourself for the next one, what would it be? Or like, the big thing to watch out for or to keep an eye on might be a nice way to do that.
No, it's a very good topic, very good question. It's something, funny enough, me and my colleagues have been discussing for the last couple months, but just because it's so new, I haven't really spoke about it. But no, for sure. So I guess the biggest thing I've learned throughout all of it is you want to be ready to sell and be setting up. Understand that you're building this business towards an exit a year or 2 beforehand. You'd get so much more money versus like, for example, in my Fismma, in our agency, my assistant needed an assistant. My project managers needed an assistant. Like, everybody's freaking out. We were overloaded with the work, which is, I guess, a good problem to have. We weren't starving, we were doing well. But because of that, dude, and I was just about to graduate high school during this time, and I'm still young, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I was burnt out, and I just wanted out. I was like, I'm calling my buddies who I know have successful agencies. I'm like, hey man, I'm selling. I'm giving you dibs. And they're like, shit, no way. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired, So you just have to understand that because if you were to ask me before, selling was never even in the picture. I was always like, Fismma was always going to be, this platform. And all my businesses, the new businesses, my other businesses are going to go to Fismma, which is also my company, and get marketing material, get their website set up. So it'd be like a synergy. Like, it'd be awesome. That's what I had planned for Fismma. But as I grew, I realized we'd either have to, put ads, email marketing, a strong reoccurring model, or we wouldn't be able to scale anymore. And almost like I think you guys saw Bill and Melinda Gates' divorce the other day. The reason for their divorce was they weren't excelling and advancing in their relationship anymore. Same thing with our business. We weren't growing. We weren't advancing. We were just staying still. The thing about staying still when you have a shitload of employees and a large staff and a large team is your payroll's really high and you want to grow, but growing now, for us at least, because we were in a project-based industry, was directly correlated with more help. Whether we had 10 projects or 100, we made the exact same amount in profit. Like that's what it got to. And the way we would overcame that in our agency, in our business specific, was adding reoccurring revenue models. And I had no issue with that, but I did have an issue with when we added reoccurring, like Facebook and Google. We had publicly traded companies, man. when our ad account got blocked and didn't spend for a day because Facebook just decided, hey, they kind of broke the rules, blocked their ad account. That was a very big deal for us. So I always, stay away from that. And then I got into email. Like, everything was very iffy with project-based, with web development. I've understood it the best. I knew that place in and out. I knew somebody bought something, we could deliver it. I stuck with that. So then I realized, you know what? The right person to scale this is not me. It's time for me to move on, get on to a different project. And that's why I exited that company in specific. But it's really just understanding why you got in, knowing what your end goal is, and then sticking with it. But if you do want to exit, prepare in advance. If I were to stay on for a year longer, especially in service and agency businesses, what they do, or even SaaS, what they do a lot is they want you to stay on for a couple months, run the show, and because you're still there, they want to see if you hit the numbers that you said you'd hit. And as long as you hit that, sometimes you even get a larger payout after. So let's say they give you $2 million upfront for the business, and if you hit these numbers, they give you 10-20% of those numbers because you stay on and help transition and all that stuff. So if I had known that, yeah, I would have made off with a lot more. But another really big thing I just posted recently on Instagram was I didn't realize how much I enjoyed the process. At the time, I was like, I hate this. Oh my God, look at this client. But that was my life. Like, that was what made every day fun. And though I dreaded it sometimes, now not having that, I'm like, damn. I spoke to so I have a good relationship with most of our past, I think all of our past employees. And they, of course, asked me for job recommendations. Some stayed on, some didn't. And they were just talking about it. They were like, we were just discussing like memories. We all it was a part of our lives. We all grew together. We all experienced these things together. And we're just like, do you remember when that happened? Do you remember this client? And I was just like, damn, it's like it was a lot. So what I'm getting at is enjoy the process. The period and the time in your business that you're in at the moment is gonna lay the playing field for the next chapters. It's no matter what you think, whether you think it's not or you think it is, it's gonna, be a part of who you are and who you become and what you learn. So just have fun with it, and keep the end goal in mind.
That's very cool. I think that was delightful. Thank you for those lessons, and it was quite succinct. I have to say that it's obviously every time it's all reps, right? You're gonna have more. You're a young guy, and so you're gonna learn a lot more each time. I think it's very cool that you recognize what you missed about it, and it seems like you're incorporating that into your current activities, right?
Sure.
It's like client-based work, a little bit more scalable, but definitely more client-based. Now I've heard a lot of stories about when you do see it leave, is that it's in somebody else's hands and you're like watching them walk away with your baby, right? And then do they treat the baby right? Do they do et cetera? Do you feel, without like commenting specifically on anybody's like decisions or whatever, what I meant is how does it feel seeing somebody else?
Baby. Yeah.
So like seeing somebody else manage it, not necessarily how you were or whatever. Like, how was that in terms of an internal experience? And if you can comment on whether you were happy or upset with it, I'd love to hear that.
So in my personal opinion, honestly, because I had known that I did anything and everything possible to grow it, to get it as far as possible. It's almost like, your parents raise you to teach you everything they know. And then you learn from your own experiences. So it's like, I'm a parent, that's my baby. And I had taught it everything I knew. I had tried everything I knew, and it was time for somebody else. Like I couldn't have done more. So the only reason I would have been, and the thing is, could I be upset? And the way, and I believe I can talk about this in specific. I didn't sell I didn't sell the name. I still own Fismma. I still own Fismma Digital Agency, right? So I can't be upset because I sold my relationships. I sold everything else in the business except for the name.
Right.
But if I see one of my clients and I see their, like their campaign's not going well, I'll be like, yeah, I am. Like, I haven't seen it today. Everybody's doing a good job, but I'm like, if it did happen, I'd be like, damn, when we were working with them, this would have never happened. Because we were a full 5-star agency, 4 years reopened. We never had one unhappy client. And if I think we actually had one unhappy client, but then we give all their money back and give more. So then they never counted as a client. And then they came back and they're like, can you actually do our work? And we're like, we don't think we're, good. Anyways, so everybody was happy they worked with us. If that changed, because the name's not attached anymore, I wouldn't care because I'd be like, it's their business. I got compensated. But if my name was attached to it, it's kind of like, dude, somebody's throwing dirt on your name. You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So I do see where it can go bad. Where I think I relate more with it is Business Blur, which is the media company I helped co-found. They're still going. I exited as a business. The other two co-founders, everything's the same. So now when they do things and they post things, people are like, Faiz, why'd you do this? Or was there a reason for this? Or Faiz, this is awesome. I'm like, that's not me. I know my name's always going to be attached. I'm always on that Forbes article. I'm always on the news and everything for it. But I don't make any of the decisions there. I don't have anything to do with it anymore. So it is kind of like, be careful who you choose your co-founders, how you choose them. Be careful what you attach your name to and who you sell to, because they can diminish your value, you know?
That's fair.
Because you're always attached to it. So it's something to kind of, you got to keep in mind, but I wouldn't say it's not something you should lose sleep over before you even decide to sell your business.
Fair point. I'd love to divert a little bit towards adding value now. Like, let's talk about the fun stuff about growing things, right?
Yeah.
Which is, you see us, you see where we're at, right? And you see the current landscape that you're playing with the Gen Z, et cetera. That's obviously a very appropriate, market for us to be aiming at, because who plays games? Kids play games. And our generation, I think older and older are playing games, meaning like, we're all raised on video games, et cetera. And now we want to do it in a social environment. So these party games are obviously quite large. Where do you see maybe the biggest place that you would direct a company like ourselves, a physical game product company, to focus their sort of marketing or what's it called, attention, more virality attention? Would it be? Go ahead.
No, already. So just want to skip to the answer before I lose it. If I were you guys yesterday, right now, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, get on there, create a challenge, and actually fund one of those companies. Dude, what I've noticed right now with TikTok, if you've noticed, challenges, these trends, these music, dances, people are competing against each other. They're doing stitches. They're doing, commentary over other people's challenges. If you guys are like, we're a side hustle, we're making this challenge, give us your business idea, and one of you guys gets $10,000. Dude, oh my God, you'd kind of take over the whole business side of TikTok. If you use YouTube Shorts, anybody that posts anything on YouTube Shorts right now, it just goes apeshit viral. I was on it the other day, and I got on the next day after that, and I saw all the same videos because there's not that many. So I'd go for the understanding that kids these days are on their phones on social media, one, and two, they're very competitive, and they like doing things that give them that social, like, hey, we're like everybody else, or we're better, like I think Tim posted the other day. Social media is like a mental, like, it's just, Tim, that was you that posted that, right? About just mentality. The whole social media thing is where people feel good and normal mentally.
It may have been. I post a lot of things.
Yeah, people. What I was getting at was people use social media to validate themselves. If you give them the ability to validate and compete and just feel good about their concepts, their ideas, the way their brain works, dude, that's what I would do. And I would personally participate in it, pitch you guys ideas, Y Combinator style for Side Hustle. I think that'd be awesome.
I agree with that. Like I mentioned kind of earlier in one of the in-betweens, I was like, we're trying to focus on finding a way to phrase it and to build it, to structure it right, so that it has that click in it, right? So it's easy to do, so people get it right away, right? Because you do need to frame it right, or else people are like, what? Kids are smart and they're super dumb.
Mayor Faiz, on that topic of the challenges, I've seen the theme where these big cash prizes are included and they generate tons and tons of hype. The question that you hear a lot in the startup phase, like, I don't have $100 to give away, or 1,000, or 10,000, or whatever the prize is. Yeah. But a lot of these companies on the back end are partnering with brands that are understanding the value of the exposure that might give them with them. Yeah. So do you have any thoughts on are you crowdfunding with the funds that you're hoping to raise for the challenge, versus how are you not putting yourself in a $10,000 hole with something like that if it doesn't actually generate money for the business?
Good question. It's like, have you guys seen Silicon Valley, or Erlich Bachman? You can take a percentage in the business, right? That's one way, but realistically, it's a very good question. It's like, how do we start off? and run this challenge without having the money first. I mean, without, going to your own pockets. Give me a second. I have a few different,
Sure. Yeah. Take your time. I'm really
ways to go about it, but
yeah.
Because one of the things I'm thinking about is, hey, but then it would make it as crazy viral as you can't have people pitching $1 and think it's going to go viral. But then again, have you guys seen Omaze? Have you seen 80/80? People are buying products in hopes of winning a prize. So how far is it? How far off is it if people were to put in $1, $5, $10 to get in entries, and then have a voting system? Or something of that nature that might work. And then another way, like you said, is partnering with people. Shark Tank. This is Shark Tank, but for the masses, right? Partnering with Y Combinator. This is Y Combinator, but for the non-technical people, right? So this is a way to really, you reach the masses, but you're not like on Shark Tank. And I have a buddy who actually got onto Shark Tank. He was on the show, but they never, like, his like shipment of all the stuff never arrived, so he never aired. And he told me the process. It took a very long time to go through all the interviews to get on the show. Same with Y Combinator. I myself, am in the application, like I've applied and everything. You gotta, fill out the application. You gotta think it through. You gotta, if you want to have higher chance of getting in, you gotta have recommendations. You gotta wait. They get back to you, and then you're actually taking on the money. You have to be of age, etc. But when it's like so casual as, hey, this is a TikTok sound that says 3, 2, 1, what's your idea? You have 30 seconds to pitch, and they're pitching. The barrier of entry is so low. So I feel you'd have a better chance by being, partnering with the company and maybe getting a sponsorship in that nature. And then maybe you don't give away money. Maybe you give away, hey, we're going to help you blow this idea up. Maybe we're going to help you fund this idea. And you become their advisors. You guys, I know you guys in this panel, you guys have a lot of business experience behind you guys. You guys are coaches. You guys help many businesses. So just imagine you guys 20 years ago, 10 years ago, starting a business and having all of us now being able to mentor, like that's insane. Even myself now, if I were to mentor myself 5, 6 years ago, dude, I would have made so much more money, made so many less mistakes. I just would have been so much better off. So maybe it's the value that they get from you guys, from the panel, just assisting them along the way. But I think overall the concept of a competition would be awesome.
Absolutely. I think that's cool. There's definitely a lot of creative ways to get there when we partner with some things like that. And we've been debating a little bit in terms of that, like sort of posing ourselves as that sort of guru educational type thing, and more leaning towards the, like, this is a game for everybody and a way for people to come in and making it a very good place for people to enter. Separately, I think that we're obviously have gravitas for ourselves to do it. And that's an interesting thing, is to balance that play and education thing and find that right brand, like, nose, you know what I mean?
I mean, I just thought of, there's another way to not do this online. This does limit how viral you can get, but dude, hold an event, fuck it, at your house, but like at an event center, and just be like, yo, we're letting 1,000 people in. You can pitch your ideas live. There's going to be investors sitting here. Some of you guys are going to get funding. Let's have fun. I'd show up to that too.
That'd be fun.
Get some investors in the room. Like, realistically, these investors only need like 5-10 grand for what? Get the website up, help you get some marketing going. That's what we're helping you with. Dude, I'd show up. I could be an investor. I can also be a participant. A lot of our colleagues, our friends, can be investors and participants in this concept. But no, that'd be awesome. And let me know if you guys do actually go forward with it. I'll fly out, and it'll be fun. Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That's something I've been thinking about for a totally different project, just like being some part of the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Austin, Texas. Why not put our name on it?
Find a way to have fun with.
A lot of good ideas.
Absolutely. Hey, awesome. Faiz, let's kick the game back up, and we're gonna hop to. Yeah. First of all, I want to just say thank you for your insights. Your energy is fantastic. Dude. I want you to come down regardless. You always have a place to crash. Just come hang.
Thank you.
And then we'll chill. Let's do ourselves. Get ready to do some weird verbal, like mouth noises. It's the lightning round. Man, that is some hi-fi production value, everybody.
I was sitting here like, what is he talking about? Mouth noises, like, and then you guys, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I get it now. That was funny.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the lightning round now. The lightning round is rather simple. We kind of condense everything to make it real fast paced. So we're gonna roll a die here. I just rolled it for a 3, which is media and entertainment, and Tim will be the investor here. And what we'll do, Darby, can you get 3 cards ready to go, please? Make sure they're not all maybe the same letter if they haven't been shuffled. And basically, we'll take turns, and in media and entertainment, Darby will hold up the card, and right on the spot, that person has to pitch whatever they come up with first thing. I'll go first just so you get an idea, Faiz, so you're not like, what the hell is this? And then you can hop right into it. Cool, everybody ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Darby, you good?
I am good. Let me draw 2 more. I had a few blanks come up.
That's fair. I'm
all right,
ready to go, like a little boxer kind of vibe.
All right, who's going first?
I will.
All right, your business media entertainment is Drip Click.
Okay. Drip Click in media and entertainment. You're flipping through the channels. You are so bored with what's on Netflix, with what's on Hulu. Well, guess what? Turn around. Your faucet is dripping, my friend. Get back into some Zen Buddhist stuff. We are Drip Click. We come to your house and make your faucet just a little bit leaky, and then put a webcam on it so you can watch it anywhere. Because what is more fun than being like you're back in the olden days and watching things drip, my friends? Drip Click. You have no other choice.
It definitely sounds like water torture. Okay.
All right. That's that. Faiz, you want to give it a shot?
So I go with Drip Click also?
No, he's going to pull a new card for you,
cool.
so it's fresh
Nice.
off the head.
All right.
All right.
Media phase, your industry is media and entertainment, and your business is ContraZap.
ContraZap. Awesome. So media entertainment, ContraZap. So what we do is, dude, I'm so blank. Oh my God, ContraZap. Dude, I got nothing. I'm so blank.
All right.
ContraZap.
Do another card?
Yeah, pull a new card.
Yeah.
Lightning card. Fresh Nest.
Awesome. So you've seen Hulu, you've seen Netflix, you've watched YouTube. When's the last time you looked outside? And of course, looking outside is boring. So now we put the outside on your screen. So you can just watch the outside of your home on your screen 24/7, 365. Fresh Nest, that's us. Just outside surveillance on TV so everybody can watch.
Okay.
Boom.
Sounds good. I think we should partner with Drip Click, because then you can watch the outside and the inside. We also have we definitely also have an external leaky faucet upsell. So that's a good one.
Nice.
Do I lightning round myself on this now?
You can, or Tim. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that you were.
I could do one if you want, unless you want to surprise yourself.
I'll surprise myself.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready for this?
Yeah, that.
No, not Drip Click. What am I doing? Media and entertainment is the industry. Evo. Media and entertainment. So everyone is all on board with there being more plants around the world. We've done a horrible job as humans, just tearing them down over the last few decades. And now we want to plant more trees, plant more plants, and plant more biodegradable technology to save our trash and our ecosystem. So what Evo Home does, and what it is actually a living home with living technology, minimalizing metal, plastics, anything that's not natural, and replacing it with something clean into building a better future for your kids tomorrow. Evo.
Media and entertainment.
Yeah, it's all your like electronics and your media stuff. It's always a style too, so it looks cool. It's like organic, as you know. Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go.
You're right. It's a thinker. It's definitely a thinker.
You watch a TV,
It's a labyrinth.
entertained. Brilliant.
All right. Hit us up, my friend.
So just to reiterate, so we had Tomer with Drip Click, which is Zen water torture. That was my takeaway. Faiz, yours was Fresh Nest, and that's the inside. I'm sorry, outside. That's inside. You can view it. And Darby, I think yours was watching plants grow.
Watch plants grow while you watch your entertainment.
All our stuff is so boring.
Imagine somebody paying for this, dude. It's like, I'm going to pay you. Let me watch outside, inside. Yeah.
I mean, there are birdhouses that have cameras. Go ahead.
There was a restaurant this is a long-winded answer, but there was a restaurant that I was putting together. And one of the things that we were going to do was actually take TVs and make them look like windows that every half hour, they cycled through the seasons.
Oh,
so,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So that's near and dear to my heart. So Faiz, you actually get both funny and fundable.
Hey, I feel like you guys are just, I'm getting lucky here. This is crazy.
So what happened?
Damn.
Sometimes the choice is easy.
All right.
TikTok off after this and just start lightning around. And
I agree with that. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. If you are watching this at home and this looks like fun, it is. Check us out. We're on Amazon. You can get it today. We're at Play Side Hustle. But Faiz, why don't you tell us one more time maybe where people should go find you and give a little call to action right now, my friend.
Yeah, for sure. So for the most part, I'm pretty off the grid these days, trying to find my new venture. But if you do want to reach me on Instagram at Faiz Imran, my full name, it's where you can hit me up via DM. I'll probably respond eventually. If you really need me to respond, just comment over and over. I'll respond instantly.
Man. Absolutely. And if you're out there and you think, hey, I could probably do better than these fools, you might. Send an email over to tim@playsidehustle.com and submit yourself so you can join us here on the show, talk about what you're up to these days, and school us on your creative brain, you silly people. But please pick up a game today on Amazon. Join us. Let us know what you think. Share your stuff. Get on TikTok, weird people. And everyone, we'll see you next week at 2. Stay safe. Have fun.
Take
Bye.
care, y'all.